Good evening, bowling fans across the country. Today is going to be a super fun episode of Difference Makers here on Beck TV Plus. I am your host, Jay Fettig, and today I've got a newly inducted PBA Hall of Famer, Mr. Guppy Troup, one of the more colorful bowlers the sport has ever seen, and his son, the new, well, not the new, but the great Kyle Troup. So welcome to the show, guys.
How's it going, Jay?
Thank you.
Perfect. So Kyle, first of all, welcome back. The last time we had you on, you killed bowling trivia, but unfortunately, because we got two of you on today, we're not going to be able to do it. But Kyle, you killed the trivia, so that was fun.
Man, I learned from the best.
Yeah,
Taught me everything I know.
that's right. I kept throwing you lifelines, right? So hey, real quick, we want to start with you, Guppy, and I think there's some things that most people don't know about you. And I want to be able to tell that story. So first thing I didn't know is you were actually born in Scotland up till age 3. You lived there. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think it was like I was 4 years old when I came across on the SS United States. I think it was the last trip over from Europe that time.
And your folks, and you moved to, was it Southern California? Is that where you went, if I remember seeing that right? No? Okay.
No,
Correct
we were up in Erie, Pennsylvania at one time. Then we were 2 or 3 places when I was 5, we were in Columbia, South Carolina.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
I mixed up Southern California with South Carolina. That's my mistake. So one and the same, right? 6 in one, half dozen in the other. So Guppy, tell us about, I guess, how bowling started for you. I mean, when did your passion, I guess, get ignited?
It wasn't really the passion. My mother used to bowl in the ladies' league in the mornings. During the summer, I went down with her, and she bowled, and I got a lane down a little bit from her and just started throwing the ball. I think I was like 8 or 9.
And
we
you
were
found
out of school at that time. So
and you found out fairly early that you were pretty good at it?
Not really. I'd
Love
figure
the honesty.
I didn't learn. I wasn't really that good until about 17, 18. We bowled every Friday night after the league, and we'd bowl till 2 or 3 in the morning for $5.
For $5, you bowled each other for $5, like a competition?
No, we had about probably 10, 15 guys who would show up at one time, and it was like $5 a man. So if you win a game, you win like $75.
Well, wow, that was a lot of money then.
Yeah.
That was like a pot game. Yeah, on the pot game.
Yeah, that was it. It was the pot game.
Yeah, side pots. So where and when during that time when you were, kind of, like you said, maybe in your words, not mine, maybe not as good as you wanted to be, or maybe found out that you could be, where did that transition happen when you're like, man, I'm not too bad at this, and I think I could go to the next step?
I'm not sure. I just started up and decided to try the Southern region, which we were broken into like 7, 8 regions back in the 80s and the 70s. I just decided to bowl in a couple of those and ended up making finals and winning a few.
Did you enjoy the competitive environment that you were finding? Did it add pressure, or was it just something that you kind of were born into, and you just, hey, I like the pressure?
It was just for fun, really. I figured, what the heck, I can bowl. Why not try to? Oh, God. Nice picture.
Look at that. That's the Johnny Cash look right there, baby.
That's it. The only time I ever wore black on black. Needless to say, I finished second Roth that week.
Yeah. Yeah, look at that look. I love it. And so you then, obviously, again, your career, if I've got my notes, the first couple of years, maybe didn't quite meet up to what you were hoping to get done. But then in '79, at the time, I think it was a record. You had 6 300s that year.
Yeah, I'd shot, for some reason, I could shoot 300 a little bit easier than I do nowadays. Back when I had the record, I held it for probably about 10, 15 years. Nobody ever shot 300. Then all of a sudden we changed conditions or lanes or the way they did it. Everybody started shooting 200. Yeah.
So Guppy, I mean, when I started bowling in the 80s myself, not a little bit after you did, and it was wood on urethane. So maybe Kyle, get your input as well. But Guppy, how do you view today's environments versus the environment that you were throwing on? Let's just start with that question to you, Guppy.
Well, I guess what I threw on was expression. It wasn't as easy as they do nowadays. I mean, when you average 207, 208 on the national tour, you were in the top 10 easily. Nowadays, you go out and you average 200. The kids coming out that are 11, 12 years old averaging 210, 215. So I figured it was easier. It's easier now than when it was when I started coming up.
Well, that sounds like some fighting words, Kyle. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I mean, obviously this has been a topic of debate for many years, and yeah, I feel like we're just in different eras. I feel like in some sense it could have been easier back then because of the lack of equipment. There wasn't all this thinking about what ball you need to throw at the right time, and so I feel like it's a little more difficult now because of all the extra challenges where you don't just have to be the best shot maker and just be able to repeat shots. I mean, you have to throw the right ball at the right time as well. It is definitely a completely different game than when he bowled on tour. But I think the challenges are just so much different because of the technology advancements. So yeah, I mean, it may be easier to score nowadays with all the juiced up equipment, but I feel like it's a little more difficult to win nowadays just because of all the extra scenarios and adjustments we have to make.
So let me put this thought to the both of you as what I've been interviewing, the greats like Guppy over the this past year, and one of the things that I've come to ask or come to maybe realize is in Guppy, your era, there was a premium on accuracy, right? Kyle, in your area, there's a premium on knowledge and shot making because of like you just said, the equipment's different and things change. Is that somewhat, can we come to a conclusion and say that that's kind of accurate?
That's probably about the best way to put it. Kyle would probably know more about it.
Maybe so, but I feel like the accuracy gets overlooked at the level nowadays. And to be honest, I mean, I feel like these guys are just as accurate as they were back in the day. I mean, if you look at the 5 guys that are on TV, if they're bowling well for the most part, obviously if somebody's bowling 160, you may want to take it out of consideration. But I would bet money that, our break point and, at the arrows is within one board of each other for those 10 shots, as long as we're not having to move. So I feel like the power and the shot making and stuff kind of overshadows the accuracy. I still remember the trick shot video that Belmo did where he had a quarter hanging on the edge of the glass and got his ball to go around it, knock the quarter in the glass and strike. So we're pretty active nowadays, but I feel like that just gets overlooked a little bit just because of the, talk about power and rev rate and all the other things in the game nowadays.
Yeah. Well, we're going to end today's episode, and when we come back tomorrow, we're going to talk more about what the transition as part of being in the tour, what it was like when he started to be a family person on tour, and how Kyle saw that and grew into it himself. So we'll be back tomorrow with more from Guppy and Kyle. Talk to you soon.